All right, hey guys. So let me start right here. I just shared this on my community tab, and it is my video I did back in October. Is China digging a tunnel to Brazil? And I go through a lot of the information about what's going on with all of that. And now I'm going to talk about how this all may be connected with what's currently going on. So you can find this in my playlist of The Truth About Antarctica. But anyway, let's go to this. So maybe you've heard about this, maybe not. But they recently, just the other day, scientists discovered mystery virus with no recognizable genes in Brazil. Well, that's interesting. So we have this weird unknown virus in Brazil, and we have this very weird unknown coronavirus situation going on. Let me go ahead and say this. People keep putting this in my comments as if I don't know about it. And I've talked about it, but here's the thing, y'all. That patent nonsense, Event 201, all of that stuff is seriously nonsense. This is how I know. Because the Washington Times and the Asia Free Press were one of the first ones to put this information out. They want you looking at that. Yes, the events occurred. Yes, there is a patent, and I've described that in extreme depth in previous videos. If you want to believe that that's what all of this is about, then go right ahead. But I promise you, it's not what it is. I mean, if it makes you feel better to think that, the government's trying to kill us all and kill themselves in the process, then that's fine. And are they doing that? To some extent. But that's not what's going on with this. If you want the truth, then let's go ahead and continue. I keep getting the comments in there, and I've looked at it. I've looked in a lot of depth to what's going on with all that. And it's a nothing burger. And another reason I know why? Because I've been reporting about this for months prior to this even being public. So how could if I could have known that this was happening, don't you think the powers that should not be, like the Bill Gates and these people that have the patents and all of this stuff, the ones that ran Event 201, don't you think that they knew about all this too? So they ran Event 201. So they do have a patent on it. So they can find a cure, which is quite unlikely at this point. But, people putting out this information now at, the last minute, whenever I've been putting out all of this information, they want you looking over there. They truly want you believing that that's what it is. They don't want you to know that they've all been doing nefarious stuff in Antarctica, and they're essentially waking a sleeping giant. Okay? Let's continue. Sorry about that little rant. Are there zombie viruses thawing in the permafrost? This was back in January 2018. And the answer is absolutely yes. It is. Does this have to do with global warming? No. Well, kind of, but not really, because our Earth goes through cycles. It always has. We are actually about to have a mini ice age, so it's really silly. I'm going to do a whole different video about that. I actually already recorded it. I just haven't uploaded it. But that does not mean that there are not, yes, there's absolutely things melting in these glaciers. And they're messing around in there and then bringing them back. Okay? So they found out all of this and they wanted to study it all. So we have right here, Antarctic mystery microbe could tell us where viruses came from. This is back in 2017. So they found all of this stuff. And what do you think they did with it? You think they kept it down there and they're studying it down there? No, they brought it to our labs here in the States, there in China, um, possibly Brazil, all of these places. And they're studying them there. Not only that, but China is doing like illegal fishing, all of these things. So they're messing with stuff that is from the medieval periods, stuff that we don't have any immunity to, and that could very well, which I believe 99.9% sure, is exactly what occurred. This stuff is coming from Antarctica. We saw this with the permafrost melting in Siberia when all the reindeer were thawed out from that died years and years ago, and anthrax was released from it. They had to quarantine an entire like island or entire place. They had to quarantine a place in Mongolia back in May, but most people aren't talking about these things. So they've been studying all this. They've been messing around in Antarctica. Virus eater discovered in an Antarctic lake. First parasites to be discovered in a natural environment points to hidden diversity. So there's information right here. This was back in 2011. There are places in Antarctica that you could literally wear a t-shirt and shorts. There are these tunnels, these caverns or whatever you want to call them, that are like 2 miles high, and there are living organisms in there, and I've showed that in other videos. And so when you're messing around with stuff like that down there, and we've had mystery deaths down there too, so they blamed it on methane or this or that, when in reality we never really got an actual diagnosis or cause of death. Sorry if I'm confusing anybody, but it's just trying to explain this. But then at the same time, if you want to believe that other stuff, that's fine. Go to those other channels and they will tell you exactly what you want to hear about the UN and the this and the that, without doing any type of actual research, because they don't, and they just put out whatever headlines they find within a 5-second search. But anyway, the first known virus isolates from Antarctic sea ice have complex infection patterns, just like what we're seeing right now. Yes, it's a coronavirus. Yes, SARS is a coronavirus. MERS was a coronavirus. The common cold is a coronavirus. But this coronavirus is something they've never seen before. And that's exactly what they were finding. Oh my gosh, this was back in 1994, y'all. April, maybe it's 2018. What is that? I'm lying. That's 2018. Oh, okay. This is just the reference number. Sorry. Okay, 2018. But the other one I showed you was 2011. Then we have 2017. So they've been looking at these mysterious viruses that are melting in the glaciers. So there are diseases hidden in the ice, and they are waking up. Long dormant bacteria and viruses trapped in the ice and permafrost for centuries are reviving as Earth's climate. Okay, you could just take this part out because that's nonsense, but we'll just stop right here. Long dormant bacteria and viruses trapped in ice and permafrost for centuries, and now the Earth is doing what it's always done. It's going to get colder here, and it's going to get warmer there. That's just how it works. Throughout history, humans have been... I'm not going to read this entire thing. But do y'all see what's going on here? This was in 2017. They have known... Oh, this is that reindeer situation. In August of 2016, in a remote corner of the Siberian tundra called the Yamaling Peninsula in the Arctic Circle, a 12-year-old boy died, and at least 20 people were hospitalized after being infected by anthrax. I know. I know people think that anthrax was created too. It wasn't. How could it have been created when these reindeer that died 75 years ago, 75 years ago, and thousands of years ago, whatever, these things are waking up and we're finding them? There's patents on them to do research. They patent these things. Once they find them, they put a patent on it. That way, they can be in control of the research. Is it nefarious? Absolutely. I don't believe they should do that, because what it does is it stops independent research labs and people that might have a better way of looking at things from doing actual research on these things. So they patent it to where it's like, let's say Bill Gates, okay? They put a patent on something. All the research is going to be done through them. All of the vaccines will be done through them, through their chosen company, and they will end up with the profits. I absolutely disagree with them doing these type of things, but this does occur. And that's what we need to look at, rather than saying that they artificially engineered these things when they've been here for hundreds, thousands of years, y'all. Okay? So this ended up infecting many reindeer and killed a few people. Okay, so they want to continue on with this melting nonsense. So anthrax spores can survive for decades. Absolutely. Absolutely, they can. Okay. So now on to what really matters. Well, it all matters, but I had to give you that preface. So what are China's intentions in Antarctica? Good question. See, China they acted like they didn't really want anything to do with Antarctica. So, but the whole time they've been down there doing nefarious things. So in 2019, the world's celebrating the 60 years of the Antarctic Treaty. They go on, but I just kind of want to show you this. I've gone into more detail about this in other videos. But this has been going on for years, that people are saying, why is China down there, or what they're doing. It's not so much why they're down there, it's what are they doing. They're not checking in with whoever they should be checking in with, okay? They're doing illegal fishing. They're doing illegal mining and illegal drilling and all of these things, illegal weapons testings of high-powered laser weapons. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. China's advance into Antarctica. This was back in 2019, but they've been down there for a very long time. But guess what they just did? Brazil to open a new Antarctic research base, replacing the one that burned down back in 2012. 2012 is a very interesting year for Antarctica. But so Brazil will open a new research base in Antarctica this week, officials said Tuesday, 8 years after the fire destroyed its original scientific outpost. The government invested nearly $100 million in the reconstruction of, I don't know, that station on King George Island. Well, that's interesting. Cool. That's fine. But let's see, who did they do this with? Brazil's new $100 million Antarctica base built by China. China? That's interesting. Brazil's Vice President Hamilton Mourão on Wednesday inaugurated a new 100. This just happened just a few days ago. So, last month, January 15th. So they've been doing this, and now all of a sudden, both countries have very mysterious viruses of unknown origin. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. So they said it's a 4,500 square meter facility. and which is bigger and safer with 17 laboratories, a heliport, and other advances. But Brazil's program was set back. Oh, this is talking about the one. It was set back in 2012 when an explosion in the generator room caused a fire that killed 2 naval officers and destroyed 70% of the building. And those aren't the mysterious deaths I'm talking about. I'm talking about stuff that has happened recently. We've had mysterious deaths in Antarctica that essentially go without any type of media coverage because they don't want anybody to know how much work they're actually doing down there. Nobody even questions, not nobody, but a vast majority of the population do not even question why we're sending so much equipment down there, so much, supplies, all of these things, all of these countries fighting over territory down there, but it's just ice, wind, rock, and snow, right? Right, guys? That's all it is. That's all it is. Sure. This was yesterday, the 11th. Is that yesterday? China's 36th Antarctic expedition team visits Commander Franza Antarctic Station. Well, this is very interesting. This is so interesting. Brazil, China, mystery, viruses, Antarctica. No, it's probably just Bill Gates. Sorry. But do y'all see all of these connections here? Do you see that this is very, very likely to have occurred? It might have been on supplies that they sent back. It could have been in ice core samples. These ice core samples are sent to universities all over the world. They open them up right there and study them all day long. So this is extremely possible to happen. They go on this article and talk about the zombie anthrax coming back to life. I mean, whatever. But I hope people understand what I'm saying here. So they've been doing nefarious stuff down there and even illegal fishing. So maybe it came from that fish market. But I think that fish came from Antarctica. You see? And if y'all have seen, China likes to eat essentially anything exotic. And so some weird things that we've never seen from Antarctica showing up at the Wuhan fish market is likely. I don't believe that the virus developed itself at the fish market. It came from somewhere, which I believe is in Antarctica, which I've been saying for months. And this isn't about me being right. It's just about other people putting out crazy nonsense to make you look away from what's actually going on. And honestly, it honestly doesn't even matter where it came from, when it came from, what it came from, whatever, because I think many of us know what's going on. This was prophesized many, many years ago, and it is now all coming to a head. I think most people know what I'm talking about. If not, you can read it in one of these fairy tale books. The fairy tale books. Okay. It's not a fairy tale, just I think y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's check out what China has been doing for anybody that hasn't seen my videos about this. Laser testing. Let's check it out. Oh, and if you want to know what all these lines are for, I'll talk to, and you haven't seen my other videos, I'll tell you about it in a minute. Let's check out this. Alright, y'all see that? I didn't draw that there. That was caught by the satellites. Perfect straight line. That's not the only one either. Oh crap. So that's the first one, and it triangulates. So we've got this one, this one, you can see, and it seems to be coming out of this place where it is oddly hidden. And then we have a low power. It looks like a lower powered one because it's not as prominent right here. See, these are lines. I did not draw these lines. You'll be able to go find these yourself. I'll put the coordinates in there for you. But this is coming from the Dome A, which is the Argus Dome. And that's exactly where China has been doing their research. Let me see. I think we can see this building. If we look, kind of, not really. Let's see if I can go back in time here. Okay, no, we can't see that building. But, I mean, it's very obvious. You can see what's going on here. But all of this points directly right here, where I put something bad happened. Let's see what they put right here. At Vostok Station? That's the Russian place, right? You can see this straight line. This seems to be a tunnel. I mean, make up your own mind. I'm just showing you the information. Actually, you know what? I think it triangulates to a different place as well. I had lines up, but I guess I took them down. Let me see. So we have beam 1. This one's 2, 1. Where's the third one? Thing is like locking up here. This is what I want to show you. A crash site. This is where they line up to. This very, very strange crash. Not craft. It wasn't a craft that crashed. Right? That doesn't seem like what it was. But you know, this thing really looks like that Baltic Sea anomaly. It's as if China accidentally shot down a craft. What kind of craft? I don't know. Are they mad at China and wanted to drop some of these viral spores on their country? I don't know. Who's they? I don't know. Let's, I'm going to show you a Baltic Sea anomaly. I've shown like 4 of them. We have one in Australia, one in Antarctica, one of course in the Baltic Sea. You see right here? Looks just like that other one. Baltic Sea number 2. This one's harder to see. Let's go to the one, well, I'll just go ahead and show y'all all of them. I guess this video is going to be kind of long, but it's very interesting. Since I'm in Antarctica, I know a lot of people haven't seen my Antarctica videos, so I'm going to show y'all a few cool things for those that don't want to go click on my videos to see them. Got some very interesting things going on down here. How about, you know, what if the Colossus of Rhodes, you know how we can't seem to find that thing? What if it's in Antarctica? What if it never was up in wherever they say it was, what, Rome, or, you know, up there in the Greek islands? What if it's down here? I mean, that's crazy. It's like the Colossus of Rhodes standing right here. That's weird. It's just ice, wind, rock, and snow. Right, guys? 109 foot tall-ish. Very interesting. How about these interesting shadows? Or not. It's just a castle. It's just a castle. Let's look at this Hydra. This is, I don't think I've shown this yet. Huh. That is very interesting. If you don't know what a Hydra is, let me show you. Not sure why I put that there. So this is kind of like a newer one. I'm trying to find the, but I think you get the idea. You see a body with a whole bunch of arms and legs. You see right there. What is this? I don't even know what this is. I forgot. I have so many things on here. Oh, this, probably this. Oh, actually, something I know I haven't shown yet. I shared it with Keninigan. Not sure if he's used it yet. But, well, let's look at this mammoth real quick. I mean, it's not a mammoth, right? It's just ice. It's just ice that looks like a mammoth. You see the tusk, the legs, head, looking this way. Huh. I don't know. It's crazy. Just crazy. interesting. See right here? Let's check this out. Was it Rome? Shoot. This? Very interesting. Very, very interesting. What in the world could be going on in Antarctica? Like a torch ceremony? That's crazy. That wouldn't happen. That's kind of hard to see. There we go. Why all of these flames? This torch right here. I mean, what was going on October 7th of 2012? What's up with all these fires? October 7th. What occurred on October 7th, 2012? I'm sure some people are like, oh my gosh, this girl has lost her mind. But people that have followed my videos, I think you see what's going on. Something very strange. It's as if they were having some type of ritual. All these torches. And it's like this perfectly square thing. This perfectly square shadow without any perfectly square buildings. As if they scrubbed the building away. Huh. It's crazy. Crazy. I mean, all these, this is like a torch ceremony. Torch lighting, the Reich, the HH. Huh. This is crazy. King Cyrus. What is going on down here? What is this? Just random shadows. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. I should probably not do the rest of this. But I'm sure some people are enjoying it. I hope so. Since I was down here, I figured we'd show some of this. Since they demonetized anything with coronavirus anyway. Oh, let's check this out. I haven't shown this. This is quite possibly the craziest thing in Antarctica. Boom. What is this? What is this? What is this? Weird. It's like it looks like the top of this pyramid. This right here? This right here? What could this all mean? There's so many things in Antarctica that are just unexplainable. Huh. You see that? You see this? Huh. Coincidence, I'm sure. It only showed up on that picture, and then there's ice. Now there's this. Very strange things. It's as if there was a civilization that lived down here, or that still lives down here. But what do I know? I'm just showing you the evidence. Let's check this out. There's a bigger channel that put this out, and he thinks it's a flying something flying, because I think he's looking at it this way. But as you can see what I wrote here, that's what it seems to look like, because if you look real close, you can actually see the face. In the face. Like it's a baby gorilla with a big gorilla. So many interesting things down here. Random cube. There's random cubes everywhere down here. I think that's just how ice, wind, and rock just happens, right? Right? How about this one? This is back by where we were earlier. Oh, well, gotta take that red stuff off, so you can't see it. Very interesting. Let's see it right here. Maybe instead of being worried about Mars, we should be doing stuff down here. What's this? I don't know. Okay, let me show y'all. There's so much other stuff down there, but Brazil and China, why they are connected. To get back to the topic here. So, as many of you know, we are in a grand solar minimum, and our magnetic poles are shifting. Come on. Sorry, y'all. This thing's like not doing what it needs to be doing. Our magnetic poles are shifting, and I've showed this in my other video. And I'm sure many of you know that China has been doing like all that stuff in the Spratly Islands over here, right here. You know, if you dug a hole straight through to the other side, this straight through to the other side, you'd end up in Brazil. This is the Spratlys. I think this is what this is going to be right there, the new South Pole. Why do I say that? Well, let's look at where this goes. If you directly dug a tunnel through the earth, you'd end up in Brazil at Polo Norte. Huh. I didn't write this. This is actually what this town is called. Polo Norte, meaning the North Pole. There's so much that they're not telling us. So much. And if you're wondering what all of these lines are for, why they are all connecting, oh my gosh, this video is so long already, huh? Oh my gosh, 44 minutes. I hope you are enjoying it. Some pretty crazy stuff, right? Let's see. About a year ago, we found this interesting place in Brazil. A perfect pentagon in the middle of the densest forest known to man, essentially. A perfect pentagon. It's not only perfect, but it's the exact same size as the inner courtyard of the DC Pentagon. Look how perfect that is. What's really going on? Anyway, I still believe that the virus came from Antarctica by these people acting nefarious. I hope you enjoyed. My kids are home from school now. Y'all have a wonderful day. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.